Okay, so today we are learning the new song End of October, and I was struggling the week. I had a lot of things going on that kept me from doing lesson plans when I normally do them, and so I waited until the very last minute to decide what I was going to teach you guys today, and I tried several different songs out, and I'm like, that's just not what I want to do with them, so I ended up just writing one that would encompass some of the things I wanted us to work on. So I finished this whenever I finished it and threw it online for you last night. So I haven't played this a whole lot myself. So let's just see what happens. Now when we look through this, one of the things that I really liked about it and I wanted you to get used to doing is you can start with these ones. See, 1 and 2 and 3, and then slide that up, and then slide it up again, and then slide it like that, okay? All right, so let's take the first two lines really slow and just see what happens when we throw ourselves into the deep end of the pool on this, okay? 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Rest. Okay, let's stop there. Okay, I want you guys to watch my hand while I'm playing this, because my whole idea behind this lesson was to make it to where there was really efficient ways to get this accomplished. So keep your eyes on my fretting hand while I play this through for you. Now my thumb is going to chase myself up to that 7. And then down, same fingering, down to the 2, 3, 4. Now, these guys are still on 2, 3. I'm just going to take them up, and then I'm going to double them here. Okay? You see how I did that? Now, when I get to that next 5, 3 pull-off, I'm going to use the first finger and the third finger, so I can leave my third finger there, and I have created that inverted E minor chord. And then I use my thumb on the 5. Okay. All right, let's take the first two lines again. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Slide up to this 4, 5. Rest, everything comes up. Okay, now on line 3, we've got to abandon ship. Everything's got to come up to hit that 5, 6, 7. Okay, so everybody go to your 5, 6, 7 for me now. When we're at our 5, 6, 7, our thumb's going to do a lot of work for us. We're going to go 5, 6, 7. 7, and then 3, 3, 5, and then down. So really, my thumb is pretty much working that melody string the whole time. Go ahead and watch my hands again. I'm on line 3 at my 5, 6, 7, and watch what happens with my thumb. All right. So let's try the 5, 6, 7. 8, 7 to the 3, 3, 5. That first measure of line 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we're going to do that again, but this time we're going to go from that 3, 3, 5 all the way down to the 2, 3, 4. I want you to strum it, and then I want you to keep your fingers right on that fretboard. Don't move a muscle when we get to the 2, 3, 4.
Karen, do you put the 2 down at the same time as the 4 like we did last week on something else, or you don't? Is it going to be a pull-off?
Are you talking about the second measure of line 3? Get to that 2, 3, 4 and freeze, and we'll talk it through. Okay? So let's start at the 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strum the 2, 3, 4 and freeze your hand, okay? Now, here's what's going on. We've got the 2, 3, 4. The 4 is gonna pull off to a 2. So what I'm gonna do, and what's nice about this, is I told my first group, I've got an app on here now where I can reverse it. So when I put it on YouTube, it'll be correct for you.
Good.
All right, so right now I've got 2, 3, and 4. And I'm gonna have to pull that 4 off to a 2. So I'm gonna take this third finger, he's dying to play that 2 for me. I'm gonna lay him in right there, okay? So when I go to that 2, 3, 4, I'm laying him in as an afterthought. I'm gonna strum, pull off my thumb, pull off my 2, pull off my 3, pull off my bass string. And watch that real slow. I'm gonna do that whole first part of that second measure. It's really tricky, but it's gonna be fun to do. 2, 3, 4, I throw my third finger in. So now what I've got loaded is 2, 3, 4, and the 2 on the melody string. I've got 2 fingers on my melody string. I've got my third finger and my thumb, okay? I hit that, pull my thumb off, pull the 2 off, pull the middle string 3 off, pull the bass string off. So it looks like this. And you notice I only strummed 1 time on that. Watch again. I'm gonna strum and I'm done. All right? Let's try it. Real slow. 3 and 4 and pull off thumb. Let's try it again. 3 and 4 and I did mine wrong that time because I was looking around the room and I wasn't prepared. Let's do it again. 3 and 4 and now, isn't that going to be cool when you can go? That's a pretty sweet move. Now, after we've accomplished that, we've got a 5, 6. I don't know how we're going to get that. I'm probably going to use my first 2 fingers. Everything's going to go up in the air, and you're going to have to readjust. Okay? So right now, I want to play the third line. The whole third line, starting with the 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. And rest. From there we go back to the top. Now whatever finger you use to hit your 1 with, that last one on the bass string, should probably be the same finger that you want to use to start the song. Okay? All right. Here's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to play the whole A section of the song. The first 3 lines, and we're going to try to play it twice. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Rest. 5, 6, 7. Rest and repeat, and boy, I messed that up. Wish I hadn't, but I did. Rest. And rest. All right. Let's take a look at the first line in the B section. Now, once again, we're doing this as the video. We'll slow this down and break it down here in a few minutes after we finish the video. Line 4, where the B section starts. You got a very similar looking thing that you did at the very beginning where you've got 3, 3, 3. You're gonna put those 3s all down at the same time, okay? All right, let's play that line, just that line. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Rest. Okay, let's do line 4 again. It's pretty clear cut. If you let that thumb do all your work on your melody string, everything's going to stay in pretty good alignment for you. Okay, 4th line down where the B section starts. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Rest. Good. Now let's go up to 2 5s there. We're going to start on line 5 where the 5s are. On the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Line 5. Let's repeat it. Now on that 4, 6, 4, 3, on the video just now I did it wrong. When you do that 6, 4, 3, I use my index finger on the bass string 6, my ring finger on the 4 middle string, and my pinky is on that 3. And what I'm going to do to get that little 4 there, I'm going to go 6, 4, 3, slide my pinky up, and then take it back. My 4 is already right where I need it. Okay? So look at that measure again, and you'll want to practice it like I'm about to do it right now. Open your fingers wide up, and then lay them right down where they go. Okay? All right. Let's start line 5 again with those double 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move down. See how easy it is from that 6, 4, 3 spot to finish up the measures? All right, let's try it one more time. This is line 5 with the double 5s there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Okay? Now, when we look at line 6, what I like to rely on with line 6, that first measure, those are all individual strings that are being played. I like to see those, I like to visualize those like 6 and 4, 2, 3, and 5, and 4. So look at my left hand again. 6 and 4, 2, 3, 5, 4. See how I'm using these 2 fingers as sort of like a tool? Watch again and keep your eyes on these 2 fingers. 6, 4, 2, 3, 5, 4. So I've got these 2 fingers and they're just kind of doing this, back and forth. Not all this crazy 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, 5, 4, like that. Real simple movement. 6 and 4, 2 to 3 and 5, and then 4. And it's going to sound like this. Okay. Now here's another way you could do that. You could go, and I think I might like this better, as a matter of fact. I told you I hadn't really worked on this song after I wrote it. Let's think of it differently. So we go 6 and 0, then we put the 2 and the 4 down. This makes much more sense. And then we slide that up to the 3, 5, and the 4, down. I'm glad I thought that through because that's a much more efficient way to play it. So 6 and 0 are on their own, and then you plant 2 and 4, and then 3 and 5. I knew when I played it last night there was a way to really make that cascade, and when I played it the first way I showed you, it didn't cascade the right way. Now when you do that, Bev, you want to make sure you're leaving things down as long as you can so that they cascade and ring over the top of each other. You don't want it to sound like, where they all are kind of ringing, okay? All right, let's try that measure. Sorry to confuse you on the fingering. I knew I was doing something wrong when I first told you the 6/4 pair. Okay, ready? Here we go. Just that measure. 3 and 4 and 6, 0, 2, 4, up to 3, 5, down to 4, open. Okay? And then Sherry's ahead of us with the 1s. All right? Piece of cake after you get out of that measure. I am using these 2 fingers. My middle finger's not in use. So I'm going 6, 0, and then these 2 fingers are doing a 2, I'm sorry, the 4 and the 2, and then the 3 and 5, and then 4, open. So I'm just taking these 2 guys. They're still the same tool I talked to you about originally. I'm just not pairing up my 6 and 4 like I originally said.
So you don't want us to hold that 6 down and let it ring. We'll have to pick it up.
It's gonna have to get picked up. I mean, it can for a second, you know, but you know, here's the thing about the definition of cascading notes. You hold one down, play another one while that one's being held, and then you pick one and play another one while that one's being held. So that 6 can ring over the 0, but then the 4, see what happens, let's break it down really slow. So I hit this, my melody's ringing while I play my 4, my 4 is ringing when I hit my 2, okay? So there's always something left behind that's ringing. That's what we're shooting for. That's sort of the definition of when people refer to cascading notes. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. All right, let's go ahead while we're breaking this down. Let's look at the very last line. This is the coda. We're gonna. It feels very much like the same one we had up there in the 3rd line. We're going to an inverted D chord, which is a 4, a 3, and a 2 on our melody string. But we're gonna hammer to it or pull off to it. Okay. So when I go to that, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Build my D. I've got my D. I take the melody string finger and I bring it up to the 3. Okay. All right. We are going to attempt this all the way through, and then I'll stop the recording and we'll break it down some more. Okay? So hang on for dear life. I don't expect you to be able to get it right now perfectly, but we're going to practice it some more after the video goes off. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Rest. Rest and repeat. B section. rest, stand. Rest. Six, 4, 3, 4. Rest. And we're going to go back to the very beginning. Rest. And we're going to take the coda this time. Get ready for the coda. Here we go. Coda. Okay. So when we end that second line and jump to the coda, our fingers are in perfect motion to be able to get that last, and we'll jump on the D. All right? Okay, we'll end the video.